Scott?
Right here, sweetheart. I'm just grabbing a quick cup of coffee. I'm running a little late.
You weren't going to leave without saying goodbye, were you?
Of course not. I just didn't wait to wake you up, that's all.
Why not? I mean, it's already 9.
How'd you know that?
Oh, I have a clock radio. They just announced it over the station.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, look, I just figured that maybe you'd want to sleep in, you know? You took care of Chip all day yesterday. You must be exhausted.
You know, babies don't make me tired. It's their parents I have problems with.
I gotta run, sweetheart.
All right, well, I'll see you tonight.
Yep, as soon as I can get sprung. There's a partridge in the tree out here.
It must be left over from Christmas.
It's pretty. I wish you could see it.
So do I.
Well, take it easy. Love you.
Bye.
I want to make sure that you get immediate notification of anyone checking into the hotel who has connections to Pamela Conrad's oil business. That's what I pay you for, isn't it? To manage the hotel? Just see if you can manage this. How many? All right, man, don't make me drag it out of you. How? My son? Are you sure? Suite 725. When did he check in? All right. Yeah, just keep me up to date. What the devil is Meyson doing in the hotel?
What is this? Lady Chatterley's lover? I wonder what Sophia's up to.
He's come through the surgery with flying colors. Don't worry. They'll be bringing him down shortly.
Thank God.
Mr. Castillo is blessed with strong constitution.
Yes. Yes, he is. You know, there was something that I wanted to ask you. Earlier when you looked at him and his head, the bruise, you said that it was negligible.
Yes, indeed. But you see, sometimes it's difficult to pinpoint the head injuries. Sometimes a hematoma is developed unexpectedly to create a pressure that would induces the blackouts.
I see, but that's taken care of now?
Most certainly. All it took was a small incision to relieve the pressure.
Well, how long does he have to be hospitalized?
A day or two at the most. Well, there he is.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
How you feeling?
Like somebody planted a rock in my head.
The pain will start to go away. You will suffer no further discomforts.
I don't know about you, Doc. That's what you said the first time.
You have my word, Mr. Castillo. Your problems have all been taken care of, and all that remains is to enjoy the rest of your stay here with your beautiful young lady.
I plan to.
Very well. Aloha, my friends, and may our next meeting be under more pleasanter circumstances.
Thank you.
How'd it go?
Perfect.
Keith?
How'd you know it was me?
Oh, I recognize the smell of your cologne. Not to mention your knock.
Darling, I'm nothing if not obtrusive. Listen, I brought some breakfast stuff over here. Would you like to eat with me?
Why didn't you call? You know, I might have been busy.
Gee, maybe I wanted to find out if you were busy!
Maybe I don't like unexpected guests!
Well, are you busy, or can I come in?
Well, Normally I'd send you away, but considering the fact that I'm hungry, come on.
Gee, I love the invitation. Listen, I'll put the coffee and all the stuff down here. You try and find some coffee cups.
Actually, I'm getting around pretty well now.
How long have you been up?
Couple minutes.
Gee whiz. I already found a coffee cup on the table.
It's because I had a cup of coffee. Would you like one? I'll get you a cup.
No. Dear?
Where are you putting everything?
I'm, here. Here. I'll orient you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now we got some orange juice here at 12 o'clock. We got a cinnamon bun here at 2:27. We have coffee here at between 5:30 and 5:15. I would have made one heck of a tail go out. Dear, how are you managing?
Oh, I'm managing just fine.
Tell me, your specialist, has he gone over you with his little doctor's kit lately?
Well, Scott says I could get my sight back at any time. He just doesn't know when.
Gee, it's a tragic thing to happen. Could you pass me the sugar, dear?
Can't you get it yourself?
Gee, I didn't want to reach across you, darling.
It's all right. I don't know the difference.
How true. I guess everything is sort of a big blur to you.
Well, it's kind of like being in total darkness. Do we have to talk about my blindness?
I just thought maybe you could write a book about it. You know, Milton did okay like that.
Milton who?
Milton. Katzenberg. He was a Hollywood agent. Gee, I'll see if I can find those pesky cinnamon rolls.
Keith, what are you doing? Where'd you go? Keith, what's going on?
Dear, you know you've had all the troubles of Job. You know.
What's that?
You can see! You were lying to me!
No, I can't. I just felt you sneaking up behind me.
Really?
You scared me.
Blind people need binoculars? Come on, you can see.
No, I can't.
Dear, you better come clean with me. Who else knows about this besides me?
Mason, open up.
It's Dad.
All right, Mason, what is going on in here?
Get out of here, Dad. You have no right to be in here.
Sure, yeah. I should have known.
I said get out of here.
You, of all people. I thought he was making oil deals behind my back. He said he's shacking up with you, cheating on his wife with our best friend.
Who are you to talk about cheating? What were you doing with Sophia when you were married to my mother?
Stop it! Both of you, just stop it! Please.
It's not Mason's fault, it's mine.
Don't apologize, Julie. We don't owe him any explanation. This is a woman I should have married, Dad. We've been fighting it for a year. I'm not going to go on trying to stay in a bad marriage to protect your secrets.
I never had such little respect for you in all my life.
That's a laugh. You never had any respect for me.
If you didn't love Victoria, why couldn't you at least be honest with her? Why did you have to go behind her back with this sordid little affair?
You might remember Victoria hasn't been around for me to be honest with, Dad. She left me.
And you couldn't have waited for her to come back to tell her. You couldn't do the honorable thing, could you, and wait?
I have no interest in your ideas of honor and morality, Dad. You're in no position to be preaching to anybody.
You know, Junior, at one time I might have wished that Mason had picked you for his wife. Seeing you like this, indulging in this backstreet infidelity, sickens me. You both sicken me.
Hey,
What's happening, kiddo? Are you practicing your rim shots? Hmm?
No, I'm trying to write a letter to Meison.
Yeah? Well, what's so hard? Dear Meison, I am fine. How are you?
That's the problem, Mel. I am not fine. I'm in a drug clinic trying to beat a cocaine addiction. How am I supposed to phrase that?
Well, maybe you'd be better off dealing with it.
What do you think I'm doing?
Well, I don't think writing him about it is dealing with it. I think you should go to him and face him and say it in person.
Well, no, because then I'd have to get permission to go home.
Well, you're really dodging this, aren't you? I mean, you sure ran out of here before without getting permission.
Oh, well, I guess I just don't want to go home.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, so why are you trying to get well, huh? You want to spend the rest of your time here in this forest forever?
I don't want to think about forever, okay? One day at a time, remember?
Well, I think for one afternoon at a time you should go home and tell Meison the truth. Remember.
Oh.
Remember, think about this. Step number 9, making direct amends to people who we have harmed.
Yes, but read the rest of it. Except when to do so would injure them or others, and this would kill Meison. And it would probably kill me if I went home and I found Julia there with him.
Well, now, what makes you think you would?
Because she was there the other night. I finally worked up all the courage, and I called home, and she answered the phone.
So? What does that prove?
So, how do I know that she's not taking advantage of my being gone to move in on Meison? She's cared about him. She'd miss it. This is a chance of a lifetime for her, Mel.
Tori, Julia has been a damn good friend of yours. She's had plenty of chances to move in on Meison. Has she ever done that, huh?
No, you're right. She's been very loyal. I'm just being paranoid. Sorry.
Yes, yes. So?
So you're right. You're right. I'm going to tell Meison. I'm going to go home and I'm going to tell Meison. I'm going to tell him that I'm an addict and I'm trying to cure myself.
Mrs. Covers' cold any better?
Yeah, he was running a slight temperature, but it's gone now, and I think he's going to be just fine.
Oh, that's good. I hope you didn't give it to Samantha.
No, I kept them apart. She's sound asleep inside.
Thank you. You've been wonderful. I really appreciate it. That's probably your right. No, yeah. I don't want to catch cold by the door here. Ooh. Okay. Oh, thank you very much.
Hi.
Hi.
Just wanted to make sure the episode with Dad didn't upset you too much.
Oh, I had the babysitters here, Mrs. Cobb.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yes, thank you very much.
Bye,
I appreciate it. Oh. I was worried about Samantha having a cold, and but she's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine.
Well, good. I was just making sure you weren't upset.
Oh, no, it's okay. Just forget about it.
It was a perfect evening. I didn't want Dad to spoil it.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Good. How about dinner tonight?
I've got so much to do. I can just see how the day goes, and...
Are you sure she's all right?
She's fine.
Julia, this is Chip. Hi, fella.
Yes, I know that.
What's he doing here? He's supposed to be with his mother in Mendocino.
Well, he's not. He's with me.
How long has he been here?
Sorry, honey. A few days.
A few days? He's been here a few days and you haven't told me? And where's Victoria? Julia, you want to tell me what's going on?
For the love of God, please don't say anything to anybody about this, especially not Scott.
You have played some tricks in your life, but what is the point of this? How long have you been able to see?
Just a couple of days. You see, I can't really see that good yet. It's coming back slowly, but it's not perfect.
How long did you think you could keep this a secret, and why would you want to keep it a secret anyway?
Because I don't know for sure yet. I mean, it could be like a temporary remission, you know, and I just don't tell Scott, please.
That moron happens to be, well, he's supposed to be, a doctor. Even if he hasn't figured this out himself, maybe he's going to conduct some tests, you know what I mean? What are you going to do with the tests? How are you going to fool him then?
Will you let me worry about that? You just keep your mouth shut.
Oh. Okay. As soon as you tell me why. Let's see. Is your relationship with the good Dr. Kilder based upon pity, my darling? Are you afraid that he is going to come to his senses when he finds out you have all of yours? Is that, are you afraid he's going to dump you?
No. You wouldn't do that. Scott loves me.
Gee, you sound so convinced. Maybe he'd like you better if you were paralyzed. How about that? I know where you can get a wheelchair cheap.
Why don't you just shut up? He doesn't care about my disability. Scott doesn't care whether I can see or not, whether I can have kids or not.
You told him that?
Yes.
I thought that was something just between you and me. I didn't think you blabbed that to everyone.
He's a doctor, Keith. You talk to a doctor about things like that.
Especially a doctor you're in love with. Well, what do you know? Gee, you're talking about children. What next? You'll be talking about your gallbladder. I didn't think things had gotten this far, darling. I thought it was just a fling. I thought you'd get over it, come to your senses. I guess I've been a fool.
Keith, I'm sorry I hurt you. I never meant to.
No, You're hurting yourself. I'd marry him, whether he can have kids or not, but I mean, he's a young guy. He's gonna want to have children, you know? Somebody to play with. I don't think he's really gonna want you a whole hell of a lot when he finds out you're a lying, deceitful, tired broad who cheats and lies and sleeps around, and on top of all of it is barren. No, I'd bet on that.
You were so cruel. So cruel.
Well, I think I can be crueler. I think I can hunt this guy down, you know? Tell him about your deceitful past, about all the lies and tricks. He should drop you for good then.
It wouldn't work, Keith. I think you've tried it in the past. Scott doesn't care about my past. He said it doesn't matter.
Well, I think he's talking abstractly there. I think once I give him the lurid details, you know, and perhaps a couple of photographs.
Why? Why would you do something like that? It's so vicious. So unnecessary and so vicious.
No, it's not unnecessary, not to me. I'll be getting some of my own back.
I left without my beeper. Did I interrupt anything important here?
Well, I'm waiting.
She asked me to take care of Chip, that's all.
Yeah, I know, you told me that. The question is, why did you ask you to take care of Chip?
Because she thought that it would be easier for her if I did that.
Easier? When she's going to visit her mother. Chip's grandmother, who worships the ground he can't walk on yet. The woman who said she would take him any time and watch over him until he's like 42.
Don't make an issue out of this. She just wanted to be alone, that's all.
If she went to her mother, she's not going to have any time alone. And if that's all she wanted, why didn't she just say so?
Maybe she thought that you would question her about why she wanted to do that.
No, that doesn't sound very likely. I think she didn't go to her mother's at all. Does that sound more like the truth? I mean, isn't it a little unusual for a mother to want to be separated from her baby at Christmas time? Especially when she's going home to visit her family?
That's something that you're going to have to talk to her about. I'm just doing what I was told.
Well, you're way ahead of me then. What exactly were you told?
I can't tell you. I'm sorry. I promise not to say anything.
So she swore you to secrecy, huh? Well, that means she didn't go home to visit Mother, doesn't it? Where did she go, Julia? Did she go by herself? Or did she go with somebody? Come on, Julia, let's have it!
Don't shout in my house. You're going to wake the children and you're frightening me.
Outsiders who take sides in a marriage should be frightened. I can't believe that you would conspire with Victoria against me. How can you tell me that you love me when you're actively involved in deceiving me?
That's a question that maybe you should have asked Victoria.
The word love hasn't passed between Victoria and me for some time now, Julia. Don't change the subject. I want to know what she's been up to. What, is she making a porno film or something? Maybe grinding out a bad movie of the week? Or is she having an affair with that sleazy director of hers?
Why, is that too immoral for you? She isn't. She's just trying to get well.
Get well?
For you, for Chip, for herself. She wants to save the marriage.
By disappearing? By lying to me, conspiring with you against me?
Would you please leave me alone?
Julia, I want the truth, and I want it now. Otherwise, I'm going to start divorce proceedings for abandonment. That should get her home.
No, you can't do that.
Watch me.
Mason! She entered herself into a rehabilitation center because she's addicted to cocaine.
Don't. Don't talk.
Cruz.
Oh, don't.
Cruz.
Don't.
Cruz. Sweetheart. Cruz. It's all right.
Huh?
It's all right.
People were putting wires in my veins.
Oh, honey, it was just a dream.
I was listening to these people. They were talking really bad. Even these people are yelling about... They're gonna wreck the whole world, these people. They're wrecking the whole world. I want out of here.
Oh, no,
I want
come
out of
on,
this
wait,
place.
not yet, tomorrow.
No, I don't... Look, this is a vacation, you know. You must be bored to death. Why don't we get out of here?
I forgot to tell you that whenever I'm with you, it's just like being on vacation.
Baby, I love you. I love you.
Scott, Keith just came by to bring me some breakfast. I don't know where your beeper is, but you're welcome to stay and have a bite if you're not too late.
Oh, by all means, stay around for a bite.
No, thanks, but I can't. But thanks for coming by, Keith. I'm sure Gina's glad to have the company.
Well, you know, time hangs heavy when you can't see anything. You miss all the little pleasures in life, you know, like bird watching or spying on people.
Where did those come from?
What? Well, what are you talking about?
The binoculars, honey.
Oh, I've been looking all over for those. Keith found them for me. I used to take them to the track.
Yeah, that's right. That's a ticket. You used to go to the Ascot pony races, didn't you? You're going to miss that little pleasure.
Well, I've found substitutions for the things I can no longer enjoy. Like music. I just love the CD player that Scott got me for Christmas. I really should play you something on it sometime, Keith. It's so vivid and so clear. I think you should get one for yourself.
Well, I'm glad you like it, sweetheart.
Oh, let's give it a listen. What, you got anything good? Huh?
Let me see.
Oh, that's what we've all been waiting for, darling.
It's just a figure of speech. Oh, yeah, here's a good one.
I only have eyes for you?
No, actually, it's something classical.
Gee, isn't it amazing, astonishing? I mean, she just went right for that. She can't even, I mean, blind luck, I guess, huh?
But actually, Keith, it's even better than that. You see, Scott marked all of the CDs with Braille.
Gee, willikers. I mean, you guys are I mean, if it hadn't been for with the way you two are working together, person wouldn't think she's blind at all.
She's incredible, isn't she? I showed her a few tricks, and she really put them to work.
Well, I guess that blows that old theory about, you know, old dogs, doesn't it?
Did you find your beeper, Scott?
I think it's in the other room.
Gee, well, I guess I'll be going. You want to see me out, darling, you know, figure of speech-wise? Huh?
No, actually. Thanks for bringing breakfast over.
Well, you know, they say that eyes are the windows to the soul. I guess your soul is sort of boarded up, isn't it? It can be hard to sell the devil that way, isn't it?
You know, I get the feeling that something is going on here, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
Well, actually, Scotty, it's me. I've been going on. I've been going on a lot too long. You know, some guys, they just don't know when to get off. Can I see you to your car?
No, thanks. I think I'll stay around for a few minutes.
Thanks a lot for coming over, Keith.
Oh, honey, I had a real interesting morning.
Yeah, well, Keith, be careful.
You too. So, you guys play golf on Wednesdays, basically, don't you?
I don't play golf.
Really? I thought it was part of the Hippocratic Oath. I guess well, I'm sure we can find something else to compete with.
I'm sure we can.
Oh, we made it here.
Hello, Victoria.
Mason.
And Mel. Director and star. Together again.
Mason, how did you know I was here?
Before we get into all that, Mel, would you mind terribly if I played this scene with my wife alone?
Right. Sure. I'll be down in the reading room if you need me.
Okay.
If you need him. When did your drug dealer become your protector?
Mason, look, you know, I don't blame you for being angry. I was going to call you,
Well, then
tell
I
you.
saved you a call, didn't I? Probably the bother of a lot of lying and duplicity as well.
Mason,
How long has it been going on, Victoria? And how long are you going to have to stay in a place like this? You do have a child to raise, you know? The family name to think about.
The Capwell name? After everything that I have been through, that's what bothers you?
Everything you've done bothers me, Victoria, including not telling me what's going on. What kind of marriage can survive that sort of deceit?
And how can a marriage survive the neglect and the indifference that you have dished out to me for 6 months?
Be ridiculous, Victoria. I have a job to do. A lot of women have husbands who work hard. They don't develop drug dependencies because of it.
Are they as cold and insensitive as you are, Mason?
Really casting around for excuses, aren't you? You'll blame it on anything but your own weakness and self-indulgence.
That is not true. Okay, yeah, I was weak. I was under a lot of pressure that you didn't even know about. But what's worse is that you didn't even care.
And I suppose that justifies it in your mind. If things were that bad, Victoria, why didn't you come to me?
Would you have listened? Mason, even if I had gotten a few minutes of your attention, would you have done anything other than condemn me? I came here, Mason, in the first place because I wanted to get well. I thought in time I would be able to come home and I could be the kind of wife and mother that I know I can be because I still want our marriage to work.
Well, you've destroyed any chance of that with your lying and deception.
Oh, don't talk to me about lying. And as far as deception goes, you and Julia have cornered the market on this one.
Don't drag Julia into
She's already in this, Mason. She told you I was here. She betrayed me. She told you my secret.
Thank God somebody told me the truth.
And I am surprised she waited this long. So the two of you have betrayed me, both together and separately, and it has been going on for a long time. How can you be surprised that I turned to drugs?
Hey. I hear rumors you duked it out with a truck.
No. Actually, it was a tree. My driver dodged the truck.
How you feeling, man?
I feel medium. How'd you know I was here?
I got good lines of communications. You have someone looking after you while you're here?
Yeah, my lady just stepped out for a bite. This ain't exactly a royal luau they serve here.
Is there anything you need, Cruz?
No, I'm fine, Richard. I just got a little bump on the head, you know. I'll be out on the streets tomorrow.
In that case, our arrangement remains in place.
If you want it to remain in place.
I do.
It remains in place.
Hello?
I'd like to speak to Mrs. Sophia Capwell, please.
This is she.
No good. This is it. Free to talk?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted you to know that I got a job on Pamela Conrad's offshore rig, and it's a perfect cover for the plan that we discussed.
I see. That's very good. Great.
Yeah, I just thought you'd like to know, and I'll keep you posted about everything.
Oh, yeah, all right. Thank you for calling, and I'll discuss these things further with you. Goodbye.
Listen, darling. Who's that?
It's for me.
I realize it was for you. Why, you don't want to tell me who it was?
You're interested?
When you're evasive, I'm interested, yes.
My. Well, if you really must know, I was talking to a landscaper regarding some new ideas in summer planting.
You called a landscaper? Why am I paying a full-time gardener?
for maintenance, and Reuben does a wonderful job. I just think it's important to get fresh, objective opinion on things.
I suspect that applies to many things.
I suspect it does. Have you finished grilling me on this phone call now?
I was not grilling you. I was merely inquiring of you.
You have a very intense way of making inquiries.
Well, never mind. Now, what do you think about this Meyson thing?
The Meyson thing or the Meyson-Julia-Victoria triangle?
You do admit it's a triangle.
Well, I don't know what else you could call it. He's married to Victoria, and he's obviously having an affair with Julia. Sounds like a triangle to me.
You talk about it so calmly, as if it's the most natural thing in the world.
Unlike you, I try to accept things over which I have no control.
Well, you're damn right I won't accept it. I'm not going to let it go on much longer. I'm astonished that you could be so bloody nonchalant about it.
CC, we have our hands full with our own personal problems. Why don't you just let Meyson handle his problems himself? And why don't you let the rest of the kids do it themselves?
Oh,
we have to concentrate on what is our immediate threat.
Which is what?
Which is what? Which is Pamela.
I told you before, there is nothing I can do about Pamela. She is here. I can't make her go away. You might as well contend with the fact that you are not in control of that and make the best of it.
You know, I find it very interesting that you're giving up on this so easily. I hope it doesn't mean I'm going to have to end up fighting all your battles for you.
All right. I'm all set.
Scott, look, I know you're late, but could you spare me a minute?
What is it?
Will you tell me you love me?
Oh, Gina. Yes, I love you.
I'm sorry. It's just, I know it's silly, but I get a little insecure sometimes.
You don't have to. Not with me.
I guess Keith upset me. He can be so unpleasant sometimes.
What did he say?
Just making smart remarks. You know how he is.
Yeah, mean. You know, I don't understand why you put up with him.
Oh, we've known each other a long time.
But he always upsets you. I mean, there was something going on here today that I couldn't even figure out.
It was nothing. That's just the way we interrelate. You know, he's always kidding around and making jokes.
You call that kidding around? The guy leaves here and you're depressed and insecure. Who needs that?
Well, he's not always that way. You know, sometimes he can really come through for me when I'm counting on him. Like today, he could have...
Today? What did he do today?
Nothing. I mean, he's the district attorney after all, and he took time out of his busy schedule to come and bring me breakfast. It was very thoughtful of him.
You are so easily pleased. Somebody does the slightest little thing for you, and you're so appreciative. Me, I think that Keith is a jerk. But if you think that you could stand to put up with him, well, I guess I can too. Well, look, I gotta get going. I'll see you later.
Bye.
I had no choice. I had to tell him.
Did you? Why is that, Julia?
I already explained that to you, Victoria. I was holding Chip. He came in the room. He saw both of us together. I tried to dance around it. And you know, Meyson, when he wants answers, he doesn't wait for them.
Or the answers that you wanted to give him.
What do you mean?
Oh, Julia! You could have thought of something plausible. You really could have. Instead, you took the opportunity to blurt out that I was here in this drug clinic. Anything to make me look bad in his eyes, right?
That is so unfair. I have done everything I can to try to avoid this happening. I did.
And then with all your legal training and your trial expertise, you're just no match for Meyson. Is that right?
If you want to put it that way, I suppose you're right. I'm really terribly sorry that this happened.
Yeah, and then you go on and on about what a devoted and loyal friend you are, Julia. You urge me. You say, please, confide in me, so I confide in you, and you make a fool out of me.
That's not
I came in here to try to save my marriage, and you're on the outside trying to wreck it.
I'm not really. I'm not doing that.
You know what the problem is? You have always been jealous. You're jealous of me and Meyson. You're nothing but a lonely woman who is trying to steal other women's husbands because you really want it.
Therefore, without admitting culpability, this office is prepared to make a partial settlement based upon the true market value of your property that was injured by our vehicle. Paragraph.
Not so fast, Mr. Timmons.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. Was I going fast? Where are you?
Without admitting something.
In culpability. Like mea culpa. C-U-L-P-A. You know, Sally can take care of this.
No, please. I really enjoy getting the practice.
No, it's nice for me, too.
Do you want to see my notes?
No, I'd like to see. I like your perfume is basically what I like.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Timmons, you shouldn't.
Oh, sure. What? Honey, come on. I know, but forbidden fruit, baby, it just makes you more desirable. All right, come on. One little kiss. Okay.
I told you, I want you to hold my calls. Huh? Gina? No, tell her to hold her. Hold her, don't let her in. Under the desk. Honey, there's room, believe me.
Keith.
Well, Miss Dark, Victory 1988. Listen, you don't have to act for me. We're all friends here.
You don't have to be so mean. I just came here to thank you for keeping my secret from Scott. I mean, I know how hard it must be for you, feeling the way you do about me, to see Scott and I together, and you were wonderful.
I was just building up my karma, darling.
Well, I do appreciate it, and if there's ever anything I can do for you, no, don't hesitate to ask. I feel bad. I know you're kind of lonely. What is wrong with you? What's going on?
Cold. It's in the air.
Well, did it start at the knees? I mean, what's the problem?
No, honey, no, it's, you know, I got such a raft of work around here that, can you, like, leave? And I'll call you up in about a half an hour.
I don't think so. I think I'll just take a look at what's over here.
Honey, what do you think? I got gnomes in the woodwork here?
No, I think you got bats in your belt. You've got a bimbo under your desk. That's what it is. You know, sometimes I wish I was blind, so I didn't have to see the deceitful, disgusting, lecherous things you do.
You're jealous. You're jealous.
No, I just hate you. I always have, and I always will. To think that you would, behind my back, when I'm supposed to be a poor, defenseless, blind person, you are a disgusting rat.
You had no business going over there to confront her at the clinic. Why didn't you just wait until she was ready?
How do I know if she would ever have been ready? And what was I supposed to do in the meantime?
You could have been supportive. You could have waited.
Supportive? I'm the one who didn't know what was going on, Julia. You had no right going over there to apologize for telling me the truth. You should have done that a long time ago.
Some people are entitled to a little privacy. But you are such an egotistical ass. She told me what you said about protecting the Capwell name.
That's because it's true.
Don't you care at all how much you hurt her?
How did I hurt her? How am I supposed to react when I find out my wife is addicted to cocaine?
She is more than just your wife. She is more than just a Capwell, as exalted as that condition might be. She is a human being that has problems and needs.
I am more than a little tired of being accused of insensitivity. I'm the injured party here, remember?
Meyson, you are always the injured party. Sometimes I don't think I know you very well at all.
Oh, really? Well, what was last night? A get acquainted session?
I'm not sure what it was. But considering everything that has happened, I think that it was a mistake.
It's really how you feel?
I just don't think that we should ever let that happen again.
on this mission. You had the perfect out.
Baby, it's a bump on the head. That ain't much of an out.
Oh, man, you know, ever since I found that little rock, you know, that travel guy, Danny, he said it was bad luck. You know, that
don't
rock.
buy into the
Yeah,
rock.
yeah.
That's, you know, that's mumbo jumbo. That's a coincidence.
Well, then what am I supposed to think about all of this?
Think of it as a one-shot deal. I'm not going back to work for the agency.
Well, I have bad feelings about it.
Darling, there is nothing for you to be afraid of.
I'm not afraid for myself.
All right, look. I wouldn't be doing this if I did not think it was important.
More important than a lot of other things, obviously.
Please don't put it that way.
Well, how am I supposed to put it? You are making choices that scare me. In my head, you know, these voices who keep saying, get out, you know, get out before it's too late.
It's already too late. I gave my word. I'm gonna go through with it.
Tonight on Cheers, Diane enters a convent. Can Sam persuade her to come home? Cheers, tonight at 11:30, following Channel 2 News Nightside.